reason why that is important is because sometimes, a lot of the times, the things that we're not even thinking should affect us, especially at community level, sometimes affects us. There's one particular incident now that has been in the news about Charlie Hebdo. So there are these cartoonists that had a picture of the Prophet Muhammad, and they were killed in France. And then they now released another edition, and there are fightings in Nigerian Republic and Mali. Who would think that something that happened in France would cause conflict in Niger? So a lot of the times it's usually useful to do these linkages to see if there are any connections, either in the conflict dynamic at community level or even interventions at higher levels, because they are always in connection. Sometimes we may not see that connection until we begin to do the analysis. And I'm going to use the local level analysis because I would assume that most of us here are involved in working at our community levels or even local government level. So our interest will particularly be around this area. It's usually useful to do as detailed an analysis as you can do at this point, and then see where the linkages are with national conflict dynamics and also regional conflict dynamics, and also intervention strategies. By intervention strategies, we mean things like policies, maybe policies that state governments or federal governments are doing towards addressing some other issue that will have an impact on the conflict that you're looking at addressing at the local government level. Giving an instance, maybe let me just give an example. Let's say the cause of you've done your analysis and you found out that one of the causes of conflict in a particular community is because a lot of the young people there are unemployed, and unemployment is a problem. But then again, you now ask, okay, so I've done this analysis now. What are the interventions at national level, national policies that the federal government is talking about or has promoted that is going to play a role at my local level conflict? And then you think of maybe shopping, the employment aspect of shopping. How is it, if it's done properly, it's going to have an impact at the community level. Maybe not in your own immediate community, but it will have an impact at the community level because local government chairmen are supposed to actually feed into the shopping program at local government level. So also just looking briefly at the features of a conflict analysis. When you're doing an analysis, it's important that you do a conflict profile. The conflict profile, with the conflict profile, you look at, well, anyway, we'll get there. And then also you look at the different actors involved in the conflict. By actors, it's not necessarily the people who are fighting in the conflict, but all the people that have something, whether to lose or to gain, or affected by the conflict, even if they are not the people engaged in the violence, but they have something to lose in the conflict or gain from the conflict. Also, you look at the causes of the conflict, and then what are the dynamics of the conflict? How often is the conflict changing? What is leading to the change in the conflict? So this diagram here simply shows you how so it's a multi-directional linkage between profile and cause, and then cause and actors and profile. And there's no say which one comes first. It doesn't necessarily mean that one comes first and then the next follows. It's a cyclical relationship. They are all interrelated. And then you have the outer circle, which is the conflict dynamics, which affects both the profile, which affects the causes, and which affects the behaviors of the actors. So when you're doing the conflict profiling, basically, there are certain key questions you should ask yourself when you're trying to profile the conflict. So what is the political, what is the economical, and then what is the socio-cultural context in which that conflict is located? And because, like I said earlier, conflict is dynamic, it varies from place to place. Even within River State, if you're analyzing a conflict in Ogoni land, there will be different cultural context from a Ikere land, different cultural context from the Calabari land. So you always have to make sure that you capture the different political, economic, and socio-cultural context because they vary from place to place. Sometimes even in the same local government area, there will be